Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to apologize in advance for my voice today. I have been planning on filming this reading for quite some time now, and I'll be honest with you and tell you that I've been putting off resurrecting this channel for quite some time. I had a lot of inner stuff to work on, so I've been focusing on that, and now that I am ready to come back to doing my readings, all of a sudden I have what seems to be a cold, but I will tell you that I was absolutely fine yesterday. In fact, I was absolutely fine this morning. And then once I got it in my mind that I was absolutely going to be filming today, my body decided to fight against me. So that to me is a sign that I am stepping into a new version of myself. And this is just the residual energy that is trying to hold on for dear life. And it also tells me that if you've been going through a lot of transformation lately and you've been making decisions and taking action on things that you've been putting off or feeling like you had to reach a certain level in order to achieve some sort of goal, and now you're finally taking the steps to move forward in some aspect of your life, and you start feeling sick or you get cold symptoms or anything comes up where your body is fighting you, I encourage you to not see that as um, something to hold you back, but rather something to push you forward to show you that you are on the right path. So now with that out of the way, please forgive any shakiness or anything with my camera. My setup is a little wonky at the moment, but I'm not going to let that hold me back from continuing with what I am supposed to be doing. I've been putting this off for way too long. So once again, if there's anything that's been holding you back from serving a purpose or living a dream, just know that you don't have to have everything perfect in order to start. All right, we're going to start with the Black Moon Astrology Tarot cards. And I'm going to draw two, maybe three of these to get an idea of the energies and themes that we are working with for today's reading. We have first card out, number 25, the body, the first house. Then we have the seventh house of partners. And Jupiter return, benefits. I'm surprised Neptune hasn't shown up here. Neptune has just returned to the sign of Pisces in its own sign of Pisces. So a lot of intuitive gifts coming out. If you are a water sign, then this message may be more in particular to you. That was just the thought that went through my head. I am also a Pisces, so a lot of things have been happening with me lately in my energy. A lot of movement towards purpose and higher timelines. So if that resonates with you, just know that that is a part of your message. So the message that's coming through with this card, initially the first house of the body, I relate a lot of this to my own story because a lot of the time there's messages in here for me as well as the collective. And so for me lately, it's been a focus on really tuning into my body, really allowing myself to have a better relationship with my body. Personally, I have never had a great relationship with my vessel. I've had a lot of health issues throughout my life. I suffered from chronic pancreatitis for 13 years, and I was literally dying. So, having this opportunity now to actually have a healthy relationship with my body has been a new experience for me. So I am now learning how to nourish my body in healthier ways, how to move my body in ways that feel good to me and that align with my energy of the day. I don't try to push myself to do things that I don't really feel like need to be done at the moment. So this is really getting in tune with your body and your body's needs. Your body tells you everything. Your body is your greatest messenger. It is your best friend. It looks out for you. It keeps you going. It tells you when something's not right. Your intuition is in, all the feelings in your stomach and headaches and um, exhaustion and all these things are trying to tell you that you're pushing yourself a little bit too much. So if you're feeling run down, if you're feeling like you have more body aches than usual, there's a lot of messages coming through the body. And this could be related to your choice of relationship at this time. Our body tells us when the soul contract has been completed. Our body is going to tell us when we are holding on to something that no longer serves us. Um, so when it comes to partnerships, you may be repeating cycles that you're not meant to repeat anymore. And your body is trying to tell you these things. Your body is trying to serve its purpose and be the greatest messenger that it can be for you, and trying to show you where you can get back on track, where you can become more in alignment with your soul's path. And benefits, the Jupiter returns has multiple meanings that are coming through for my downloads. First one is the benefit of letting go. The benefit of listening to your body and listening to your intuition and recognizing these repeating patterns. The benefit to you when you recognize these things and you're willing to allow yourself to let go of what no longer serves you in order to get back into alignment, the benefit of that is astronomical. It is literally divine. Like your whole entire life will open up like magic. When you're no longer holding on to things that you're not meant to hold on to. Other people's pain, other people's stress. If you're an empath and you carry other people's emotions. Sorry, I accidentally touched my microphone with my fingernail. Um, you hold on to other people's emotions and you want to carry their burdens for them. You want to make it easier for them to live and exist because you know how it feels to be an outsider. You know how it feels to be seen as less than, or whatever it is that you've experienced from your childhood. We're very compassionate, very empathetic, very kind, very open hearted, very loving. But these things that you've been carrying, especially from your partnerships, especially from your relationships, past and present, is causing you to carry a burden that is having an effect on your physical body. And letting go of these things will benefit you tremendously, not just for your physical health, but your mental health, your finances, your path in general, and all the relationships with your family and your children, if you have children. Um, so that is a great benefit in itself, but the other benefit is to how do I put this into words? When you become aware of these cycles, when you become aware of this burden that you're carrying that doesn't belong to you, and you start listening to your body, the benefit of that wisdom in itself is a miracle. It's a divine gift, right? Knowledge is power, but it's only powerful if you take action on what you've learned. So once you start taking action on what you've learned, for example, not repeating the patterns anymore, allowing yourself to let go of things that no longer serve you, stepping out of a relationship that you know has not been beneficial for you. Once you start recognizing those things and taking action on them, the benefit of that, knowing that you can recognize these patterns and you no longer put yourself in the position to repeat them, that's the other benefit, right? The wisdom is the benefit. The action taken on the wisdom brings other benefits. I hope I'm explaining that properly. Um, it's hard to put into words exactly what's coming through because it's such a powerful message energetically that it's hard to put into language. But to recap, we're working with the body, specifically partners at this time, and benefits. So I'm going to put these to the side and draw some tarot. Please give us the most pertinent messages that are beneficial to the collective today on this forward movement, opening up new timelines, possibilities in all aspects. Thank you. Okay. First up, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands is typically a card of celebration, a card of harmonious foundations, passionate endeavors with multiple people involved, such as a family, or sometimes it could be related to a church community, things of that nature. You can see that there are two people on top of the roof here of this building. My camera will focus. And they're holding hands and they're kind of in a celebratory stance, right? Four of Wands would also be depicted as four pillars, almost like a wedding ceremony where two people are in the center and it's them coming together to form a beautiful, harmonious foundation. In reverse, especially with the partners card here, this is indicating to me that there is some disconnect with this partnership. And as these cards had stated when they first came out, your body has been telling you about this for some time. You've been ignoring it. The Seven of Pentacles is asking if all the work that you have put into this situation is actually giving you the benefit that has been intended from the work that's been put in. Like when you plant a fruit tree, you expect fruit to be a part of the benefit of planting that tree. And you understand that it takes time and tending and cultivation for this seed to become a tree and to bear fruit. Well, the seed has been planted, the time and the effort and the energy has gone into cultivating this seed and this plant, so to speak, and the fruit has not been bountiful. The time and energy has not been reciprocated with this situation. And you've known this for quite some time. But with this repeating cycle, you keep putting your hand on the top of the stove, so to speak, or putting your hand in the fire, or as with this card, she's grabbing onto a vine that has a bunch of thorns on it, and she sees that there's a beautiful flower here, little bit of beauty involved with the pain, and she has been focused on the flower so much that she didn't realize how much the thorns are actually harming her. So in this regard, you've been so focused on the little tidbits of positivity. Breadcrumbing is the word that's coming through. Little bits of that serotonin boost, to make you feel good in the moment. And then it goes back to all the same cycle that it was before. And you've been feeling anxiety about the situation. You've known for some time that it's something that you are not benefiting from. But in your mind, it's telling you that it's better than nothing. The hardship that's coming up is the knowledge that you have that you should be letting this situation dissipate. And there's a part of your brain that it's your ego, it's your safety mechanism that is telling you that this is, for one, all you're ever going to get because it's all you've ever known. What if I let this go and then I never get anything like this again? Because you're so focused on the little bits in, of the highs rather than the reality of the lows. And your safety mechanism is telling you that it's not beneficial for you to let go of the situation simply because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. This is a control mechanism. This is a need for safety in your life, safety being your comfort zone. And there is no benefit there is no benefit to keeping yourself in this repeating pattern. You may have learned from your parents or your upbringing, um, that you stick it out no matter what, or there may be abandonment issues here. I don't use the word issues in a judgmental way. Um, Trust me, I've been through all of this myself for most of my life, so I completely understand where all of this comes from. But at the same time, I also know what it feels like to be on the other side of it, because there is light at the end of this tunnel. But being in this space of um, purgatory, essentially, that's the word that's coming through. But this liminal space of like, should I stay or should I go, is a really, really hard place to be. And I see a lot of this happening in my collective circle, with people in my life currently, actually. So I'm feeling like this is a main theme amongst the collective. So a lot of you are probably going through the same situations right now because the energy is changing everywhere. There's a massive awakening happening within the collective. The energy is shifting. A lot of things that no longer serve the collective are falling away. You can see that in society at this point with a lot of political structures, a lot of educational structures, the financial structure being dismantled. So with everything happening in the external world, it also reflects what's happening with the internal world, um, the macro versus the micro. So all of this is not surprising to me. Um, and I can see the trajectory moving in a positive direction for sure, but it's all based on personal choice as to what each one of you chooses to do with this particular situation. And this is not new to you either. Okay, let's clarify that. This has been going on for quite some time. It's just a matter of finally making the choice to move out of fear and move into a space of curiosity instead. Like, instead of what if I do this and this happens and it's all negative, you could be like, okay, what if I actually make this decision and all good things happen? What if I could be curious instead of fearful? What if I can see into the future and know that everything that happens is based on my own decisions, right? So you can choose to free yourself from the situation, and then anything that comes up, you also have a choice with. So don't live in this space of suffering just because you're worried about what's going to happen after. It has to be better than where you're at. I can assure you that. Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Swords, Two of Coins in reverse, and the Fool in reverse. Ace of Swords. There is some truth here. I haven't learned how to work my camera yet with these angles. Let's see if I can get this to focus. The Ace of Swords in reverse. There is some truth here that you've been avoiding accepting. Not that you don't know about it, because you're very well aware of some deception or some underlying discord that's happening in your life, but this is a refusal to see the truth for what it really is. Because once again, you're holding on to this idea that, there could be some future timeline where this Four of Wands in reverse would turn upright and you would have this foundation and this white picket fence kind of life, um, that you've always wanted with whoever this person is. It could, or even a theme in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a specific person, but it could be, this idea of like what you wanted your life to be, and it's not what you wanted it to be, but you're thinking that what you do want it to be isn't possible. So you're willing to settle, which is keeping you in this cycle of limitation, keeping you in the cycle of suffering, keeping you in the cycle of, feeling like you're not good enough or that you're never going to have what you want. So this is self-deception here. This is, I'm getting this like almost eight of swords energy. where it's like a self-imposed prison, you see the truth, but you just have your rose-colored glasses on. That's funny that this coming through with the Nine of Wands with this rose here. Excuse my nose. Four of Swords. This is meant to be a healing experience. This is meant to put you back on the path of knowledge and alignment with your own intuition and listening to your body and listening to the signs and understanding the benefit of self-awareness and self-actualization and this transformation of coming back home to you instead of putting all of your energy out to all of these external forces. And that's where you completely lose control. Everybody has this need for control, right? But then they're under this illusion that everything is outside of their control. But if you would actually listen to yourself, you would see that you have that is where your control comes from. When you put all your energy and everything out into other people, they have full control. That's where you lose everything all the time. That's where you start, you take 2 steps forward and you're pulled 5 steps back. So this Four of Swords is saying that you're meant to see the writing on the wall for what it is. And once you see the truth for the actual truth and you accept it, that's when the healing can start. That's when the awareness comes and the healing truly begins. But you're stuck in this space once again of like this balancing or not balancing, juggling act where you're like, should I stay or should I go? Like pros and cons, kind of stuff. But even though you're weighing the pros and the cons, you're never actually making a decision based on them. It's like just the space, like constantly having a reason to stay, or then constantly asking yourself, should I go? But then bringing yourself back to the question, right? There's no actual answer that you're acting on. It's just this constant chaos. So I feel like there's somebody. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place right now. It's been building up for a while for me to do readings and I haven't done them, so now that the floodgates are open, I'm just like being bombarded with all kinds of stuff here. Yeah, okay. We have the King of Wands. I was feeling this energy coming through of somebody being really like the word controlling just comes through. Narcissistic. There's a tendency to repeat these narcissistic relationships. Um, and I know today's day and age, everybody throws around this word like it's nothing. But a true narcissist, you know when you're with a true narcissist, you could feel it. You could feel it in your body. It has a massive, massive impact on everything about you, your physical, your mental, your spiritual, your financial, um, every aspect of your life. And this is a very lengthy situation that's been happening, and you're getting closer and closer to realizing the truth of it and to truly seeing how it's affecting you. But there's not enough care for yourself here in this moment to truly make that decision. And you will get there. But you can't get there by keeping yourself where you are right now. If something needs to happen, something needs to happen to bring you back to your awareness. And I feel like there's going to be some sort of divine intervention here. The Five of Cups. This is a very heavy energy of feeling loss. Feeling left out in the cold, feeling like nothing's working out for you. And the Moon in reverse. The Moon in reverse with the Five of Cups in reverse. Something needs to happen to break your heart open. And I really don't like to give these sorts of messages because they're hurtful. No, I won't say hurtful. They're painful. But sometimes it takes a massive loss for us to realize what we're doing to ourselves. And if I may share a little bit of my own story here, because this is a reflection of what happened to me. um I didn't realize what I was doing to myself until my best friend died, unexpectedly. She died of a drug overdose, and it shook my world so powerfully that it caused me to have my spiritual awakening. And this was back in 2019. So I understand there are times when these big things need to happen in order for us to wake up. And there is something here on the horizon that is saying, if you do not take this initiative yourself and listen to your body and listen to all the signs and do all the things that you know you've been supposed to be doing to get back on track, there has to be some sort of catalyst that's going to come through and push you to that point. And it's not a punishment. It's absolutely not a punishment. It is divine intervention. And when the Fool card is in reverse, and it's been this way for quite some time, the Fool is not making progress, the Fool is not moving forward, the Fool is not going on this quest that he or she is meant to go on, then the divine must step in. This is a major arcana card. And major arcana are major soul lessons that cannot be avoided. And you also have the moon in reverse here, another major arcana. So there's a block of emotion here, there's a block of awareness, there's a block of intuition, and all those things are meant to divinely guide you to realigning with your path. And whoever's watching this now, the reason why this is so important is because you have a greater purpose to serve. You have something that the world needs right now. There's something inside of you that's been brewing, that's been eating at you, that's been pushing you, just like me with, stepping on back onto a greater platform and continuing with my readings. This has been pushing me in this direction. So I know that there are many of you out here who have been pushed in that same way. And I do not want to see this come about for you if it doesn't have to happen. This is not an inevitable thing, okay? The lesson has to be learned, but it does not have to come with great hardship and pain and suffering. And you can choose that for yourself. You could choose to get on that path right now. But it's only when you continue to ignore all the signs, all the signs you've been asking for, that you've been getting, that you've been ignoring. Oh, universe, God, spirit, please, my ancestors, my spirit guides, give me a sign. I need a sign. And then the sign comes and you're like, yeah, I don't think so. Give me a sign here, sign. Like, I'm not ready for that sign, but I'll take another one. And then you just keep on doing that over and over again. And they're like, what makes you think I'm going to keep giving you all of these signs and helping you if you're not actually going to listen to the messages that I'm bringing to you? Because you're so adamant about holding on to all of these other things that don't serve you, that have no benefit to your path, to your growth, to your healing, to the collective, to the world at large. So why would I keep giving you a sign? Oh, you want a sign? I'll give you a sign. I'll give you a sign that you absolutely cannot ignore. So you have a choice in the matter to take this message that is coming to you today and see all the things that have been coming together for you for a long time now. And you can actually move forward with that and see the benefit of that choice, or you can be forced to get back on this path that you've been avoiding. And trust me, from my own experience, I can tell you that that is not the way to go. Sometimes it's necessary, other times it's not. For you, for some of you, this will be inevitable, but for others, you get a choice. But you'll know. You'll know what to do. You just have to choose it. I'm still getting used to this setup of this desk, all the stuff around me. I have my camera right in front of me and I have my microphone to the side. So please forgive me if things are a little wonky while I adjust. Like I said in the beginning, you don't have to be perfect to start, okay? So if I'm telling you, you don't have to be perfect, then I don't have to be perfect. That's just the way it goes. You have justice in reverse. There is no positive outcome for staying on this path that you're on. No positive outcome staying on this path that you are on. Nopity nope. It's not going to happen. You are just going to repeat until the universe, God, source steps in and says, yeah, we've had enough. Here we go. Can't ignore us now. This is it. You made your choice. You had the message. You had the other message. You had the other message. You had the other message. And you said no. So, got to step in. Queen of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords upright. Queen of Cups in reverse, there is not enough self-love here to see your own truth. These two are in opposition. Your heart and your mind are in opposition right now. Your heart and your mind are in opposition. They need to come into harmony with each other. Be best friends. See, they're facing each other, right? Instead of being enemies, they're meant to be besties. So get out of your head a little bit. Get back into your heart and see the truth of what is literally right in front of your face. And it's been talking to you this whole time. And you will benefit from this 100%. You want all these manifestations. You have this dream life that you want to live. You have a dream job. You have a dream house. You have all these things that you can envision for your future. But your manifestations cannot come forth if all of this negative, heavy, blocking energy is present. You don't have room for it, right? The light takes up a lot more space than the darkness. So if you want all this illumination, you want all this light and all this benefit to come into your life, you have to get rid of the shit, the sludge that's weighing you down. There's no room. There's no room. King of Pentacles in reverse, you have the power to create a life of freedom. Abundance, freedom, stability, all these things. But whoever this person is, this connection, specifically probably a romantic partner, narcissist energy, controlling energy, like just soul-sucking energy, this is keeping you from stepping into that realm of you creating your own stability, your own empire, your own 33 was just on the timer there. I couldn't help but notice that. So if the 333 or 33 has been haunting you lately, then this is a confirmation for you that the financial aspect of your life is suffering greatly. And you are meant to step into a whole new version of yourself. And when you do, all of this hardship will flip and become abundance. But you cannot call in abundance when you're living in this space of attachment and scarcity and heaviness and giving your power away and carrying other people's burdens. Excuse me. So lots of choice to be made here, but it's not even hard choices anymore. It's just recognizing and acknowledging and accepting the truth that's been in front of you for the longest time. 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. The message that just came through with this is you're associating this sexual chemistry that you have with this person as love. And it's not. It's a trauma bond. Can't get this right. Where am I? Okay, hold on. There we go. The sexual chemistry that you have with this person feels like love to you. To you. They're using this beautiful light energy that you're giving to them to sustain themselves, to feed their ego, to feed whatever energy they need in order to sustain their livelihood while taking everything from you. But you get the little breadcrumbs of the intimacy, you get the little breadcrumbs of the high and the serotonin from this Ace of Wands. But I'm surprised the devil energy hasn't shown up yet. The devil card, but the energy is definitely here. You're addicted to this feeling that this person brings to your life, but everything else is falling apart. Everything else is falling apart because you're completely blind to it. You're not, but you are. You're choosing. You're literally choosing it for yourself. You're choosing to stay in this space even though you complain about it all the time. 6 of Coins in reverse. Yeah, there's no equal give and take here. There's none. The work that you're putting in is not producing the outcome that it should. You're not getting that reciprocal benefit. All right, I'm going to grab my oracle cards. I should have had them out already, forgive me. I have... Which one do we want? 7. 7. It's a good number. We had 3. We might as well have 7. Number 37 is very powerful in numerology. Look it up. Number 33 is very powerful in numerology. Look it up. All right. We have today the final message for the collective. Seeing beyond. Number 36. Number 33, number 36, and number 37. Those are the numbers for today. Key concepts are vision, the capacity to imagine something, to look beyond the material, beyond the obvious, the realm of the transpersonal, options and possibilities, getting out of your own way and discarding your projected outcomes. Do you consider things only within the framework of what you already know? Or can you allow yourself to see beyond into the vastness of potential? We are all gifted with the magical ability of imagination, and when we open to it, we become a conduit for a divine vision greater than our own. There are 2 ways to view the world and co-create with it. One is from a face value perspective. What you see is what you get. The second is allowing your imagination to see beyond what something is right now and move into a place that doesn't yet exist in the material world. In this cosmic playground of possibilities, you see into a future where anything you imagine has the potential to become real. If you use your imagination faithfully and consciously, avoiding the traps of fearful projection and trauma, you can connect to any reality you truly want to experience. When you open yourself even further, you're often gifted with a divine vision. As a practice, you can reimagine that vision over and over to strengthen it. As you channel these visions through you, you become a superconductor for the world. Today, know that your vision, what you imagine forming in the invisible, will be delivered to the material world. Don't worry about the timing of things. That is in the hands of the universe. Your job is to continue to imagine, take a few steps forward, then imagine some more. The universe's job is to make it real. What a fabulous partnership. So, in the very beginning of this reading, it talked about the body being your messenger, right? All the signs that have been showing you the way, all the things that you want. This Four of Wands in reverse, you want the dream life. Whatever that dream life means for you, you want that. That's something you've been wanting for a very long time. It's not something that just goes away. But then you, for some reason, believe that you can't have it. It's not possible for you. It's too hard. You don't know how to do it. Whatever comes up in your mind. And you're not really seeing the truth of the possibilities and the benefits that are already around you. You're stuck. And instead of taking action on this dream moving forward, you're just staying where you're at. And I don't have a way to pinpoint what that is because this is a collective reading. If it were a personal reading, then I'd be able to dive deeper into this for you and most likely give you a step-by-step play-by-play of what you need to do. But at this point, it's just repeating the same thing over and over again. And what that message was saying, that you want all these manifestations. As I said before, you want all these manifestations, but you cannot expect these manifestations to come in with all this heavy energy. So your job right now is to take a really hard look at your life and where you're at and what you want. And you have to be real with yourself. And you have to truly accept that the choices that you have made have gotten to where you are right now. And in order for you to change where you are right now, you have to make different choices. So that is the responsibility that we all have for ourselves. Nobody else can do it. It's not anybody else's fault. Yes, things happen to all of us that are completely out of our control. But the things that we can control are the choices that we make, regardless of what happens to us. In the moment, the choice that you make for yourself determines your future. So I hope that you will take this message today and see it as a signier sign that you have absolutely everything you need in order to change your life. It's all right here. It's all available to you right now. I am making this choice for myself as of today. Utilizing what I have, not trying to be perfect with it, not trying to fit some sort of idea of what somebody on YouTube is supposed to sound like, or what their setup is supposed to be like, or what kind of words they're supposed to use, what kind of messages they're supposed to give. This will reach the people that it's meant to reach. And you have a gift that needs to reach people as well. So do yourself a favor and get back on track. I believe in you. Thank you for listening.